You're watching the Stephen VL Outdoors channel. So as you can see here, I've got started. Wasn't going to go through the process of showing you how to take off the plastics or the factory snorkels. Factory snorkels come off pretty easy, except for right here. There's one Christmas tree style connector that doesn't come off very easy. I'm just trying to get a screwdriver under there. I'm going to touch this up with some paint just so that way it doesn't rust. But anyways, as I stated, the reason I'm doing this is because, let me grab up the front factory snorkel here. This goes on the four-wheeler like this. So, you might be wondering, well, there's no water that gets in it. Well, sure there is. See all that dirt? If you hit a puddle, and I'm not talking like sinking the machine, but if you hit a puddle fast enough, the water will come up through the middle of the machine, and then it'll actually come down inside this. So this is one reason I'm doing this. And then as for some people who don't know about these machines, we have the factory. So basically Polaris does an exhaust on the belt housing, which this is the exhaust right here, and then this is the factory tube that went down there. And the problem is let me see if I can set this in here. So this factory tube kind of sits in here like this, and as you can see, there's a big gaping opening here. Maybe you can see that. Well, again, if you sink the machine, or I shouldn't say sink it, but if you get it in deep enough water, or you're sitting in water and you stop, you're going to end up leaking. So right now what I've done is I've pulled all this apart and I've got these mocked up. I'll go over what these parts are. In fact, I'll just get the part numbers for everything and that I've bought and put the part numbers in the video. But you have a 3 to 2 inch adapter, as you can see here, and then this is a 2-inch 90, which luckily I was able to find this that goes inside that one. I needed a bushing to get down to the spa hose, which you can see right here. We're using 1.5 inch spa hose to make new snorkels, which will come up through, and I'm gonna put them up here with the ends of them pointing down. I'll never have the machine this high anyways. So again, same thing, you know, back here. The reason I have this pointed backwards is because if I try to point it forwards through here, it for one touches the plastic right here, which I'm not too worried about, but I feel like the curve for the spa hose is too much to come in here. So I figured I'll just, you know, wrap it around the backside, come in here, and I've got more than enough spa hose to get up here. So I'm going to, basically what I'm also going to do real quick is I got some Gorilla Epoxy, and I'm going to epoxy these bushings inside this 90, and then I'm going to epoxy the spa hose inside of that. So once I get all that done, I'll come back and show you guys. Alrighty guys, so back again. I got the epoxy done, as you can see. It's pretty solid, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this put together. I'll have to cut this one down, but this one's epoxied as well. As you can see, epoxy is dry. So let me get these on, and then I will get back with you again. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, I ended up turning this one this way. I don't remember if I said anything, but anywho, I ended up turning that one. I just didn't like that big loop that I had. So then this one zip tie and it comes down through here. If I had to do this again, I would actually make that one a straight and, you know, just come straight out and then curve it up. I'm just, for the most part, using parts that, like, you know, I saw another video, and so I'm just going off of the parts that they use. So anyways, those come up, and then as you can see them here in the wheel well. You know, not a big deal for me. The tires are not going to hit it. There's plenty of clearance, and then they come up underneath. You know, this will be covered up, and they're both facing backwards. You probably can't see, but this one curves and points backwards that way, and then the front one, you know, up here comes up and is back in here. So at least you know, I don't plan, I'm not gonna float the thing. And not to mention, anyways, the intake for the engine comes up to right about here anyway, so that's the same level that the rest of it is. The purpose of this is just so that way when you're riding and you hit, like, say, shallow holes, because that's what happened back in the fall. I hit a shallow hole so fast that so much water just went up through the machine and still went into the belt housing intake. So that's the reason for this, is to prevent that. So I do think that it will help. So that's my setup. And again, like I said, I will you know, link parts down in the description, and that way if you guys want to do something similar, then you can. So